Hey Reddit, thanks for tuning in. Just this little intro on top of these videos. I made these secret room videos 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. They both kind of overrun really, so I've decided to split them both into basically each room's going to have their own video, and I'll probably tack the boss on to each one as well. So there's going to be some funky editing for the first couple of videos, obviously because it wasn't meant to be split down. Going forward, it's going to be secret rooms on their own alongside the boss that we're going to face going through the series. So just want to let you know on the beginning of these videos, if you're watching them, just as you're going to see some weird editing stuff that's probably not going to be seamless, so just so you know, as I'm sitting them all down now. So fingers crossed it's all going to come through okay, and I hope you enjoy them. Thanks guys, all the best, bye bye. Okay guys, Secret Room 1, Epic Champs only. Now fingers crossed, if you are sort of mid to late game, you've got a good selection of epic champs to use. They're mostly 6 stars, or you've got a few of them 6 stars. Now you could well just chuck a load together, hit play, hit start, and let it just run. But it's not necessarily gonna work, because there's a couple of champs that you're going to come across that you may need certain types of debuffs and buffs to get through. Mainly Skull Crown, you're going to come across her a couple of times. She's got unkillable, as you know, she hits really hard. There's also Warcaster that can do a block damage buff, and then there is Cardinal. I think there's 2 Cardinals, and if you don't kill her, then she's just going to bring everyone back anyway. So there's a couple of things to keep an eye out for. The team I've put together does kind of counter most of those to a degree. It's a kind of mini blender team. Farrick in the Fat, which is obviously this beatdown, which is going to get everyone using their A1s, which is where we've got Sinacia, Skull Crown. Ugo is there for the block buffs and decreased defense, which is going to help us hit harder. I've got, Doom Priest, increased attack, plus a little bit of healing, speed aura I guess as well. I mean, it adds a little bit of effect, but this is the first one I've got. It's kind of semi also, mainly because I need, in round 2, I need Sinacia to use this Vaporize on the Warcaster to stop him putting out his block damage. So I'm going to run it, and then we see how we get on, and I'll sort of just go to round 2. So first one, Skull Crown, Warcaster, Cardinal. This is the one we've got to make sure we get. Obviously Skull Crown, so we've got a block buff, so she goes down. Cardinal, she's dead, can't bring the team back. Warcaster, he also can't do that. Right, 1 click on the second Warcaster. Hopefully Sinacia will land it. She hasn't got much actually. There you go. Cooldown, good. He's not going to do his block damage. This is the only sort of round out of the 3 that I've found with this team can be a little bit RNG, but as you see, we did okay there. Took them all down, fantastic. Into the 3rd run. Now this Drag guy does hit pretty hard. He likes to target Skull Crown because she's kind of weak, a bit. I don't think she's got much HP, much of a HP pool, so she is one of the main targets, but as you see, got him down. This is probably one of the best runs I've actually done with this team, to be fair, so it's just over a minute. There we go. Excellent. I mean, it wasn't too bad, actually. It went to team 2, which I'll quickly put together now, because I had a quick run before. I would say this run and team would be if you would sort of a bit more of a sort of tank it rather than big damage dealers. I mean, I was going to go for Royal Guard and Husk, and then we've got Vogoth, who's just going to be the one that is going to tank and provoke and just heal everybody. Then we've got Madame Ceres, fingers crossed you can get her. I know she's void, it won't be for everybody, but some of the strip buffs, she's ideal. There's an argument to say that you could obviously use Seer as well, but I didn't want to use a Seer team because again I know a lot of people haven't got Seer, but I know Madame Ceres has been on a lot of times 10 champs recently, and she obviously, I think she was a guaranteed one as well. So hopefully you're more likely, I think, to have a Madam Cirrus. His Script Monster again is fantastic for his stun and shield, his ally protect and healing, and his stun on his A1 as well, plus the decreased defense as well, which is great. So it's quite a sort of tanky team. It's not as fast as the last run, but it's kind of, this one's a bit of a more of a full auto. We can just kick it off. I'll go for the gear and the stats afterwards. I'm not sure if they all have their masteries. I think the Floral Guard and the Husk, I think they're from my Hydra comp, so I think they do have their masteries again. But yeah, they kind of, they make short work of it really. This is a very good tanky team. Round 2, you'll see where I think it's not the Jared, what's the Fushan, this Fushan here, his ally protect and stuff. It's just hard. It makes it more hard work. But with Madam Cirrus, once if he gets his buffs out, if he gets a turn, actually, it's the only thing he's there for. So she's a little bit too eager there. So you can tweak the speeds and bits and bobs if you really need to, but for this first round, you should really be able to do what I've done and just chuck champs together and run it. But as I say, you need certain champs. You need like a debuffer or a block buffer, someone with the control. And as I say, this will echo through all the secret rooms. You need control champs, buffers, debuffers. Obviously, people that are going to hit hard. You need tanks. You need healers. Some even revivers at some stage. Some of these rooms that you go through are just really ridiculous, hard to beat. So let's see what happens. So again, it's not a terribly long run. No one seems to be any bothered really. I think that's Volkov with his just amazing passive, which is heals. He's getting his provokes out. I think I bought him on a, I don't think what set I'm putting running in. I think it might be a healing set. There's no increased attack chance on this one, but nothing. Yeah, and this is a reliable team. Definitely they go that heals, provokes, a bit of fear. Should get some stuns out. No, I think any stuns. Interesting. Already got one. Three times as long as the first run, but I think this one's a lot safer with regards to, just click it and sit back and it'll be fine. No champ really looks in danger, not like the last run where I think Skullcrown, whose HP pool was pretty low, without Sanacia there, she can drop and not get revived. You get one chance and she comes back up, but I think that run is perfectly fine. I say it's not the fastest run, but it's a different set of champs. It's a bit more tanky, but in my opinion, a lot more reliable. Okay, so let's do the boss. Let's have a look at the Griffin. Now, the Griffin, as you may not be aware, as I'll show you on the boss guide, he's very fast. He strips your buffs. He gets rid of his debuffs, puts them on you. If your HP goes below 50%, he then gives you this horrendous lightning bolt plus some heal reduction if you can resist it. And he gets faster. I think every time you try and do it, there's a passive somewhere that. Yeah, I think if you try and do turn meter stuff on him, he gets a bit mad. This one here, Celestial Bond. sort of stacks and it gets stronger, faster. You know, in the later stages, he can be very hard to beat. But again, I found for floor 10, it's not terribly strong or overpowered. I use again 2 of these allied attack champs. I'm lucky enough to get 2 Acrisias, and Ninja is fantastic for this run. I will leave Ninja in on this one actually. Actually, let me just keep Farrakhan. Let me keep Farrakhan in there, because again, if you've used him on the last run, then you've got him as well. Farrakhan's good for that. Someone that's going to increase the speed. I'll tell you what. Let's put Python in there. Last fusion. Fingers crossed you've got them. If you haven't, then what were you doing in that last fusion? Because this champion is immensely incredible. I mean, maybe the next team I'm going to put Geo in there, but I'm going to leave Ninja in there for now. Again, fingers crossed you're lucky enough to have Geo. Seal I put in just for a bit of healing. And I need someone to increase the speed.
5 minutes later.
Right, Archmage. Let's see what happens with this team. Should be fine. The waves are really weak on any of the Doomtower bosses really. You should be able to get through these pretty quickly. So Pythian is going to give us any revive, resistance, crit rate. Obviously Seal is going to give us a revive as well, plus some stuns on the edge if we need it. Good. Right, so Ninja's A3 here is where it's at. This is going to do some serious damage. Okay, decrease speed, he's going to try and put it on us. It resisted. Although I do have a lot of my great all resist up quite high, so you may not all be able to resist that when you're playing it if you're sort of in the game still. Right, more decreased speed, decreased defense, which is good. There we go. HP burn. As I say, the Geo works really well. Get HP burn on. You have to put it on after he does his debuff transfer. Otherwise, you're just wasting his skill. Again, good. Python. As every sort of different dungeon and boss I'm fighting, Python just seems to be so good. Really good. It's fantastic healing, everything. The aura. There we go. Easy peasy. So there we are, guys. It's not a terribly hard boss to fight really. As long as you've got, as I say, someone that can give you a bit of speed, some damage, a little bit of healing. I mean, that does help again with a bit more damage, but